Hello, darlings. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joan. This is Nomadic Moon Arts Tarot 101. We are wrapping up the minor arcana. We have the major arcana ready to go. And today we are looking at the queens and soon to follow the kings and wrapping it up with that. I've decided, in spite of my initial desire to do an a video for every single card in the deck, I have decided, because the court cards are so related and are kind of different flavors of a same concept, to do one video for each member of the court. So you'll find timestamps below as for each card for easy lookup. But we're going to look at all four, and I love the queens. Of all the court cards, they're my favorite. The kings and queens, unlike the knights and the pages, more directly represent people more often than not. When they show up in a love reading, they can definitely represent a person, or any reading really, that's coming into your life or is in your life right now. All that very much true. But they're very different, right? Each of them. And no person is just one thing, right? But there are aspects to these four that you can use as a reference or to cast a color across a reading. So let's look. All right. First, we have the Queen of Wands. She is traditionally depicted with a sunflower and a black cat. And there she is right there. You have a sunflower, no black cat. Very pretty, though. Sunflowers and a black cat. Lovely woman. Beautiful sunflower, no kitten. A peacock. The Queen of Wands from the Housewife Tarot. Now, this is fun. The Queen of Wands is the businesswoman, the forward-facing person, right, of a business. The CEO, the charming rogue, she's super attractive. Like, the wands are just genuinely very attractive. They represent fire signs as far as astrology is concerned, but I am not an astrologer, so I don't have a lot of expertise along those lines. But she is, oh goodness, charming, extroverted. She can show up when there's a friend who, well, I mean, this is the girl that gets the guy for sure. But it also just has, as a flavor, it means charisma, a positive attitude, a sunny attitude. If you're like me, and you were the Janine Garofalo of the high school set, and the one smoking the cloves on the football field, this card can kind of come across as an irritant, because this is someone who doesn't know much about rejection, right? And she doesn't know much about pain. But that's really an unfair assumption, because there is no human in the world that gets through this life experience without a tremendous amount of pain, right? I'm sorry, I sound distracted because I am doing this during the end of January, in one of the more darker periods in American history. And the news is bad and overwhelming. So I'm having a hard time getting into the flow. And this is the third time I've attempted to record this video. So I'm just going to leave this little aside into it and just tell you, please take care of yourselves and protect yourselves. And we will We will right. We will fix this. I fully believe that Americans are fundamentally a decent people and that we can get through this and past this and to the other side. And that's all I'm going to say on that subject in this video right now. But it has me a little emotional and it has me a little riled up. So please forgive me. And speaking of, here's my card, the Queen of Cups. Even though I'm technically an air and earth person, Queen of Cups, water signs, usually depicted with a very large goblet. Surprising no one. The Queen of Cups is our dreamy poet, our romantic, our mermaid, a more emotionally expressive, more romantic in nature, traditionally more tender-hearted, more introverted, but very, like I said, she's the romanticizer, right? So the Queen of Cups is an element of romance. If it shows up in a spread, it's a tender-hearted, generous, loving person. If there is if the less favorable depiction of the Queen of Cups is that she might be depressive or emotionally sensitive to the point where you have to be kind of careful around her. Can I, the term needy has been applied to her, but I desperately hate that word. I think that people aren't needy. I think they have needs that they aren't being met. And so no one's really needy. They're just having needs that are not being met. But anyway, um Queen of Cups is, a good soul. When she shows up in a spread, depending on the cards that are around her, it's a feminine, gentle, creative, romantic influence. And then, for a change of pace, we have the air signs. This would be me. Traditionally, by the way, blonde, brunette, redhead, or black hair, dark hair, dark skin. Those are the traditional, I know you've heard this. If you know anything about tarot, those are the traditional aesthetics assigned to the suits. But of course, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying if you're having a hard time identifying somebody in a spread, those traditional characteristics that are traditionally assigned to the look of that queen maybe might help you identify who it is. But the queens don't even necessarily have to be female, right? Uh, A queen card can show up and be a man, and a king card can show up and be a woman. And in fact, in many tarot decks, as we will see when we visit the next video, king cards in tarot decks are often depicted as women because there's kind of a traditional, there's a school of thought that certain decks are made with entirely feminine energy for a reason. The vast majority of people who read tarot are women. And there are certainly women in the world that like to be in an atmosphere that is feminine. And so that's a thing, right? But tarot is basically genderless. Now, having said that, I do love this queen, okay? I do love the Queen of Swords. Even though she's, kind of a hard ass, right? She looks very stern here. She's being gracious, but she's stern. Now, the Queen of Swords is a woman that will chew you out for making the bad decision yet again, for dating the musician yet again, for making stupid decisions. She does not cuddle. She does not put up with stupid stuff. She certainly doesn't put up with foolish men. But she will also, help you move a body. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the Queen of Swords is your friend, she loves you. When she's, excuse my little bits of dust. When the Queen of Swords decides she loves you, okay? And she'll do anything for you. On the other hand, she may dole out a bit of tough love here and then. And that's okay. She's not abrasive. She's just definitely somebody you want in your corner and not your enemy. That's the nicest way. So when she shows up, also the swords, as we've discussed in previous videos, the swords, this is soul, heart, head, earth, right? World, right? Soul, heart, head, world. So this is the intellect, right? This is the very sharp cookie, sharp of tongue, sharp of mind. Okay? Moving on. The very gracious Queen of Pentacles. It's a very charming lady, usually surrounded with symbols of the harvest colors, autumnal ideas, earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn. She is, let's see, Queen of Pentacles. No need to sacrifice. You can have it all. And there's often a rabbit in her cards. See, we've got bunnies. We got a bunny here, a little bun here. And let's see, do we have another bun here? No. Yes, we have rabbits right there. Well, we've got some traditional symbols. Lovely. And this card is very nice. Yes. How cute. You all matter just so much. But, okay, the Queen of Pentacles, this is when you've arrived, right? This is when you've got all the success and all the cash and all the power that you could possibly want. Unlike the Empress, who is kind of born into it or comes into wealth or is the embodiment of all four queens, the Queen of Pentacles is the one that earned her spot. This is a self-made woman who worked hard to get there and is enjoying the fruits of her labor. She is generous. She is the friend with the beautiful house. She's the friend that throws the really good dinner parties. She's the friend that will, loan you some cash when you need it. She is the one that is perfectly fine with making things beautiful and lovely and does not, gets the good soap and the good tea and the fine sheets and the good clothes. Not stupid, conspicuous consumption, not poor choices. She's no fool. She's very savvy, but this is the person with, tastes that are indulgent enough that she allows herself the pleasure of expression. Does that sentence even make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? So if we were going to sum up these four lovely ladies, and they are lovely, I do love the queens, I would say the sunny extrovert, the charming creative romantic, the funny sharp cookie who doesn't put up with nothing, the savvy businesswoman who creates a beautiful life and a beautiful home. So there we are. Those is your introduction, just your introduction to the queens. And they're lovely. Again, in tarot, they can be people, they can be flavors or circumstances. Anytime, if you do, as I've said in the other spreads of other videos about core cards, when the core cards show up, you should, in one card reading, for example, if you were just pulling a card for a day, I would tell you to pull another card, because the queens, all the core cards need context in order to bloom completely. Unless we're really asking, a very specific question about a very specific person and it makes sense. Usually you'll need a little bit more because these are symbols of influences in people rather than things that are happening. So there we are. Thanks so much. If you've made it this far, I appreciate it. Please consider liking and subscribing. I am working on every single card in the deck, Major Arcana to start very soon. And then I'm going to be putting out videos about how to put all the cards together. So for the price of an ad, hopefully, you can learn tarot for free. It's going to be fun. Check it out. All right. All right. Thanks for checking in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.